Xian Xiaoyuan's assistant returned with the photo and quickly delivered it to Xian Xiaoyuan. She looked at the photo and then said depressingly to the assistant, "Your photo is rubbish. It's so unclear." Despite this, a tall man holding her hand was visible. They looked so intimate as if they were stuck together. What else could that be if that wasn't a couple? Xian Xiaoyuan grunted and said, "I don't know where you get your lover from, but this time, if you continue to pretend, I'll let the whole world know this. If you continue to be arrogant enough to fight me, you won't see the end of this." For the whole night, Lin Che didn't return to the room. The other small actress was puzzled. Does she really have a boyfriend? But isn't she being too brazen by not coming back the whole night? Xian Xiaoyuan scoffed and said, "I know this kind of fledgling little brat all too well. They get arrogant too easily. They really think that they're famous, so they think that they have a firm hold in this industry. They don't know how to treasure it at all. I've already been in this line of work for over 10 years. And even I dare not say that I've gained a firm hold. Good for her. She's so daring." Xian Xiaoyuan brought along her designer and stylist. They spent more than 1 hour meticulously styling her and doing her makeup. The small actress at the side looked on enviously, making Xian Xiaoyuan feel victorious. Especially since that Lin Che was too careless. She deserved it for being too careless. Her ignorance gave Xian Xiaoyuan this opportunity. She really deserved it. When Xian Xiaoyuan stepped out, she saw a line of seriously dressed men along the corridor. They wore earpieces and stood there with expressionless faces. Xian Xiaoyuan walked over but was immediately blocked. She then noticed that the entire floor upstairs had been cordoned off. She was puzzled and wondered who exactly was in there. Why was there a need to seal the place? And why did every single person look so untouchable? Downstairs, a row of luxury cars was outside the school. Needless to say, this was already the talking point among the students. But then again, there were a few big stars living here, so it could have been related to them. Thus, they only talked about it and nobody investigated it. Meanwhile, upstairs, Lin Che woke up and realized that it was already going to be the gathering time. She was shocked. She stayed upstairs that night and Gu Jingze had plenty of tricks up his sleeves. The place was already somehow cleaned up by them. Except for some simple things, everything else was back in place. She was tossed around the whole night by him. Lin Che glared at him resentfully. Gu Jingze pulled her, "What's the hurry? There's still time. Fix your clothes properly." Lin Che said, "It's all your fault." Gu Jingze smirked, "I told you, but you were the one who came at me and didn't let go." "Humph, you still dare to say that? I'm ignoring you. Didn't you hug me and refuse to let go last night?" Seeing Lin Che hurriedly go down, Gu Jingze pulled her again, "Why are you running so fast? What if you fall down the stairs? You're so clumsy," he frowned and said strictly. Lin Che pouted, "You only know how to be fierce to me." Gu Jingze went beside her ear and gently kissed her. "Don't you like it when I'm a little fiercer? And a little more forceful sometimes?" Lin Che blushed and pushed Gu Jingze away. She quickly ran down. This Gu Jingze really had no limits when he acted like a gangster. Gu Jingze watched Lin Che leave. He then let his men make the preparations for his own departure. His men outside already had the car prepared. Gu Jingze looked over and also thought that he was being too indulgent with himself by coming in here. He actually spent a night here just to be with Lin Che. He had always been extremely strict with himself. But once again, he indulged because of Lin Che. He really shouldn't have. This Lin Che was simply a vixen. Shaking his head, he packed up and quickly left the place. Lin Che skipped the stairs and finally reached the film set on time. Xian Xiaoyuan turned to look at her. She grunted with her nose. You didn't come back the entire night. Where did you go? Lin Che said, thanks for your concern, Sister Xiaoyuan. Something cropped up. Xian Xiaoyuan looked at Lin Che, who seemed to have come out from inside the building, and was indeed a little alarmed. She suddenly thought, could it be that those people who sealed the floor upstairs had to do with Lin Che? That was impossible. Those people looked extremely powerful. They were able to come into the school and easily seal off an entire floor. Obviously, these people were not to be trifled with. How could this brat Lin Che know such a person? She had never come across such a person despite being in this work for so long. This was the first time she witnessed such a huge scene. She shook her head and didn't think about it anymore. She glared hard at Lin Che again. Once she found the opportunity to leak Lin Che's information out, humph. The filming ended after a week. During those days, Gu Jingze finally went to do his work and didn't come to disturb Lin Che again. On the last day of filming, the camera crew organized an activity, a school party. The students and celebrities attended the party. Yu Minmin and Yu Minmin came along with a few of the company's staff to help Lin Che prepare. From afar, Xian Xiaoyuan's array was huge. Yang Lingxin said, Xian Xiaoyuan brought so many people. Yu Minmin said, she is a big star after all. Of course, her array is huge. In the entertainment circle, she is part of the S-list like Mu Firen, so this is all normal. Yang Lingxin heard this and nodded understandingly. She looked over with envy in her eyes. Xian Xiaoyuan was waited upon in the middle. She didn't need to do anything as everything was done by her assistants. Just then, an assistant ran in anxiously. She said to Xian Xiaoyuan, I heard that the gown that the company brought for Lin Che is red. Xian Xiaoyuan grunted and said to the assistant, well then, I want that red gown. The assistant asked in surprise, what if your color clashes with Lin Che's? Xian Xiaoyuan's eyes narrowed as she asked the assistant, you know where her gown is, right? Well, yes. They were all delivered by the company's car. Go there now and take the dress. After Lin Che was all prepared, she saw that Xian Xiaoyuan was dressed in red. She was already walking proudly out to the event. Lin Che couldn't help but panic. She turned to Yu Minmin and asked, I think my dress is red too, right? Yu Minmin froze. She looked inside and frowned, don't tell me that this Xian Xiaoyuan is doing this on purpose. Just then, Yang Lingxin ran out and exclaimed, Sister Che, Sister Che. It's bad. Our dress.